And a very good evening. Welcome to AdTech TV. It's 9 p.m. and these are the news touch that we have for you from the capital city of Kenya. My name is Caleb Musyoki and welcome in the broadcast. No retreat, no surrender. University unions emphasizes
is the signing of the 2025 CBA or the end of the world.
New route for Mount Kenya as they announced Professor Kithure Kindiki as their political kingpin.
Has been frustrated by the lack of a focal point of reference around whom we can channel the interests and priorities of our people, the government, for actualization.
As we have entertainment news for you. Mount Kenya region has now taken a new political route after a group of members raised to support the Interior Security Cabinet Secretary, Professor Kithure Kindiki, to be their kingpin and not the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua.
We shall further form a coordinating committee to serve as a linkage between us and the executive in the advancement of people-sensitive legislative and development agenda in our region and region's interests in the diaspora. Exactly 1 day short of today, 2 years ago, on the 13th of September 2022, President William Ruto was sworn in as the 5th President of the Republic of Kenya. His inauguration marks the beginning of a new era, resonating with the hopes and aspirations of many Kenyans who believe in the greatness of our country and the unbreakable bonds that bind the people of this nation together. The hallmark of the 2022 election was a sounding vote of the residents of Mount Kenya for President William Ruto, a first where this region voted almost to a man for a presidential candidate born and raised in another part of the country. We are proud to have contributed to the making of this history. The Kenya Kwanza administration has overseen the country through extremely difficult economic challenges during the past 2 years. President Ruto has steered Kenya off an economic cliff, resulting in reduced cost of essential foodstuffs, household commodities, fuel, and the strengthening of the Kenya shilling against foreign currencies in a difficult post-COVID-19 period. Today, the country is no longer facing the risk of debt distress. With the country's economy assuming a positive trajectory, we expect the next 3 years to be the period when this administration will help our constituents and the rest of the country to revitalize the economy and improve the economic well-being of Kenyans. Unfortunately, our effort to consolidate the development needs of the people we represent and canvass for their realization has been frustrated by the lack of a focal point of reference around whom we can channel the interests and priorities of our people, the government, for actualization. Instead, the Mount Kenya region has suffered high-octane politics around the fathom unity to support individual and personal ambition rather than the actualization, pursuit, and lobbying of the interests of the constituents. Our attempts to call the region to the orderly prioritization of the development needs of the people has been frustrated by condescending threats of dire political consequences unless we support certain personal interests and ambitions. Yet, time is of the essence, given that we are already under 3 years to the end of the first term of this administration. As we continue with superiority contests and bickering, the people we represent expect us to aggregate and lobby for prioritization of key projects to ensure the actualization of the promises in our manifesto on the guaranteed minimum returns, GMRs, for our food and cash crops, including coffee, tea, potatoes, macadamia, better prices for milk and poultry products, reduction of the cost of animal feeds, and advancements of our business, commercial, and enterprise interests, and other outstanding manifesto commitments. We have also resolved to champion for a favorable division of revenue regime that provides a formula that greatly benefits the people that we represent. The people we represent expect us to pay ahead better prices for their tea and coffee. We are behind schedule in the enactment of legislative reforms critical to the revitalization of key economic sectors relevant to our constituents. They also have a number of road and water electricity projects which have stalled several years ago that require priority funding for completion. It is our firm belief that with focus and unity of purpose, it is possible to put our energies together and realize great outcomes for the people we represent during the remaining 3 years. We commit to redouble our efforts to ensure that the priority projects marked for our region and for our people in the diaspora that are in the Kenya Kwanza plan are implemented. We further commit to accelerate the passing on of key legislative reforms that are critical to the improvement of the main economic sectors relevant to our constituents and prioritization of budgetary allocations to stalled and priority developments projects in the region and the diaspora. On this basis, we meet here today to reinstate our commitment to the unity and development agenda of all the people of Mount Kenya region and diaspora, even as we advance the collective of Kenya as a nation.
Kupotosha watu. Na tafadhali Ruku, MV. Unaonekana kichwa yako ni kubwa, ukionekana kwa magazeti, hata kwa TV, ni kubwa, lakini saa hii tunaona mavikira iko kando ya kichwa yako. Kura zile ambaye Rigathi Gachagua alipata, wewe ukiwa mbunge, labda ulimwekea kura hiyo. Na saa hii unakuja kusema Gachagua ni mbaya.
Wanataka kumweka kama mwakilishi wa Mount Kenya, sijui ni Kenya, Mount Kenya East ama West ama popote pale. Hakuna mtu ambaye tumekubali sisi ya kwamba akuje kugawanya Kenya kwa misingi ya sehemu, na tunataka tuanjulishe ya kwamba sisi tumesimama na rais ambaye ni Ruto aliyemteua Kithure Kindiki kama minister, ndio apate kujua kwamba naye amesimamia Kenya mzima, sio sehemu fulani.
Niliona wakora yote Nairobi, na wewe mheshimiwa deputy rais, wewe ni mwanaume. Mimi ningetaka nikuwe kama wewe. Wanaume ile yote wakora Nairobi, wanashikana, wanaleta jama, wanakupiga wewe na hautikiziki. Wameripiwa mkahawa, waende waseme ati wewe uresign, ati wewe ukuwe impeached. Nataka niwafunze kiasi kwa dakika moja. Mimi nikipiga kura ya urais, ilikuwa na watu wawili, mwenye anasimama urais na deputy rais. Na kuna watu wengi sana walipiga kura kwa hiyo ballot kwa sababu yako mheshimiwa deputy rais. Kwa hivyo kama kuna mtu ametoka na wewe, wanaona wewe hauna maana tena, na wanaona wewe ni takataka, wewe ni hasla, hufai kuongoza, ni sawa, waleta hiyo impeachment na wakwambia uresign, lakini wakurudishia kura yako ile ulipeleka pale. Watu warudi kwa debe na waheshimiane. Tunaomba watu waheshimu kiongozi wetu, waheshimu serikali yetu, na tunawaambia hiyo jikoni tulipika chapati na tukapika kitoweo na inaitwa Jubilee. Wakimwaga chapati, tunamwaga kitoweo.
Learning in public universities has been interfered with after Universities Academic Staff Union UASO and the Kenya University Staff Union KUSU went on strike after delays on implementation in the 2021-2025 collective agreement of the two unions. This strike has cut across all the 35 universities.
Hatuwezi kubali tutumie models. Ni kama tunakopeshwa, ni kama metering, ni kama kipimo. Now that we are receiving less money because the capitation is entitled for the third year and the fourth year. What happens when the fourth year are gone? It will remain now with half of that figure. And then after the third year have left the university, what will happen again? Then the capitation will be no more. Now, sio ni kipimo jamani? Isn't that kipimo? Yes. So, are we working as for wages or salaries? Now, we want to redeem these universities. We want to say the dons and the staff unions have to be respected. Students who are now banded regardless of their status, wamepewa band 5. Wengine hata they cannot have the dignity. Even today they are colleagues because they are classified as needy and poor. In short, needy is poor. So what we want to tell the university management, don't go and please the status. Just come and present the real things on the table. So as we are back on this, we wish to say, hakuna kazi mpaka tulipwe. Iko ama hakuna? Kama mbaya.
The only thing that will stop this strike is the signing of the 2025 CBA or the end of the world.
Today, 18th September 2024, has marked the expiry of the strike notice that we gave out on 11th of September 2024, and we served it on the employers and the relevant government ministries. We gave a strike notice of 7 days because of failure to negotiate our 2021-2025 CBA. Proposals, as you have been told, were actually served on these authorities as early as 2020. They did not come back to us despite many reminders between 2020 and 2023. It is June 2023 that we were finally called onto the table to jumpstart negotiations of that CBA. And we have been on the table since that time to date. And there is nothing that can be recorded to have been agreed upon. And because of that failure, because of the time that we gave them, our members gave us time to sit with the employers and negotiate on their behalf. That time has now lapsed. And the members today have taken back that particular mandate and the power that they gave us. Now that members have taken back their power, they are now out on the streets to ask the employers and the government directly to give them their CBA.
Indian firm Adani Airport Holding Limited has denied the claim that the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport will be leased for 30 years. They have said the project is yet to be approved. According to the case filed by the Kenya Human Rights Commission and the Law Society of Kenya at the High Court, it undermines national interest, according to Alok Patin. As I quote him, I confirm that the project is still at the review and the due diligence stage, and the affirmation by the applicant that JKI has been leased for 30 years is premature and outright misinterpretation of facts. Putin has also emphasized that the project is still under evaluation of Kenya authorities and Kenya Airport authorities. And thank you so much for tuning in and watching our live broadcast at AdTech TV. Remember to get in touch with us at all our social media platform, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, as well as in TikTok. And for more news on this, remember to always follow me across the social media platforms at Caleb Musyoki. Have a blessed night until next time.